Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Okay, just uploaded a unboxing a couple of days ago. Like Thursday, actually. Um, and now that's out of the way. Before I do my live stream, I want to do this very... Listen. 79 cents. 79 cents. This one is going to be 41 and a half. Yes. Because they came out with 41 and a half, 42, and 43. But I must warn people, 43 is getting a low rating. For obvious reasons. Now, 41 and a half is called, I believe it was called, and it's basically going to be 41 and a half and 42. 41 and a half was called Geera, Geera, Justice of a Young Girl. And pretty much there's nothing really to say about this chapter other than that it showed you like a little backstory, a little insert of Geera, the Holy Knight Geera, one who doesn't open her eyes. And basically it showed that she had a connection with this boy who seems to be her little brother. And apparently that's the whole point of her fighting. This is connection with her little brother. And the only thing we're shown in this chapter is that she, her father was a holy knight and is ridiculed by a bunch of guys and stuff. And there's a scene where throw a rock through the window, she catches it, and, you know, she tells, you know, her brother that she'll fight for him, you know, and protect him, and so on and so forth. Then we got this scene where the guys are planning to do something else, and Geera's right behind them, and blood. And that's the end of the chapter. It was interesting. I probably give the half chapter a 4. Yeah, pretty good. I liked it. You know, that's pretty much it. I mean, that was it. The end of the chapter. It was a half. But I liked that segue. At least we got to see about Geera and her whole story. And at least we don't realize that she's a motionless robot of a killing machine. You know? And go from that to 42. Now, chapter 42 is called Demon Reactor. Now, this chapter gets a 5 out of 5. And you're probably wondering why. Well, the beginning part of it, we have, what do we have? I forgot what we have in the beginning part of it. Beginning part of it, yeah, we have the destruction that has ensued. Geera showing up against Melados, and she starts fighting him, saying, "Oh, he's asking like, what's the occasion and all this stuff, you know, and basically saying that she's going to take him out, orders to take him out, you know." She's saying that the opportunity she had against him in the capital of the dead was very instructive, and she's saying that it won't even be a fight. And she does the same move that she did last time. Those fireball things that explode. There's one problem. These stop. Yeah, they stop. She shoots them, and they don't attack him. They don't attack Melados. They just stop. So it's like literally what it is. It is like a firebomb minefield around Melados. And he can't get out of it. So he's trying to, you know, he's annoyed, but he has to get rid of them all. And she says, "Be careful if I were you." And they explode on their own. They'll trap the target in a cage of infernos. And that's what the move is called, Chain Explosion. And she basically the last thing she says to him is something I also wanted to tell you. The haircut you gave me, a person most important to be complimented. Thank you. And she moves on. Then we get King. Oh, by the way, King. I'll say it again. King is king. King is king. In fact, King is the king of kings. Yeah, he's the king of kings. I was like, this guy. King of kings in this chapter. We see him and he's being told to evacuate everyone, and he does. And saying, there was an explosion, was at Geera. And then we see Diane trying to look for her hammer. I think during this time it's a telepath what's going on, between King and Diane, and Diane needs to find the hammer, the Gideon hammer, and it's not there. And then we go to Pig and Hawk and Elizabeth, and she say, "I'll protect you no matter what," and Elizabeth saying, "We're all going to get through this together." And he says, "Elizabeth." Then we go to Jericho. Oh man, Jericho. Yo, Jericho, she's got some big time issues. Like seriously, like she's drank the demon blood now, and she thinks she's like on top of the world. Well, confidentially, it should be noted that she is on the top of the world, because when she did the Bond, I was like, God damn. This whole chapter was filled with just OP moves left and right. Left and right. But yeah, she, wow. Like, seriously. She, saying, that she was the apprentice you humiliated back there, the Bond, and he says, the barber boy. You're into cross-dressing. But he's saying that he's immortal, but there's one problem. It's not closing. And the Bond saying, I'll have to dodge. And she does this move called Godspeed Cross Slash. And then she makes an interesting thought. She says, she knocks him down with the slash, and she says, and I really hate Jericho now, but hey, that's what it is. And she says, the reason why I allowed you to treat me like a man, I pretended to be a man even though I was wounded, is because I was weak and wanted to make myself seem a little bit tougher, but didn't really need to do that. My rage against you helped me reach a new stage. And he's saying the blood won't stop. And she says, you've made me into a woman, and now you have to take responsibility for me, Bond. I'm like, he puts the blood on his lips. And it seems like Bond and Meliodas are out of their league. They can't beat Jericho and Geera. Funny thing, King? That's all I'm going to say until I get into this. King. So basically they took him out, and and then they're saying that the same here, but delivering the finishing blow to a sin is the peak of a mission. Besides, the main enemy we need to be wary of is still remaining. And they notice, and they're saying Lord Bond, Lord Meliodas, and that's when King is floating in the air and saying he's done evacuating everyone. And then he notices that both of them have been knocked out, and then Geera saying, Jericho, it's him, and throwing the fire bombs at him, Geera is, and chain explosion, guess what? Did absolutely nothing. Nothing. All you see is you see King, and he's just a spinning thing, this spinning action. And he spins, he says, just kidding, and she tries to do Godspeed Cross Slash. It does nothing. And he says, no way, and he just stops. He just takes out everything, and he just kidding, boom, hits Jericho down, and just Just like a snap of the finger throws all the fire bombs that Geera threw at him back at her. And it occurred to me, wow, they really need these weapons. Meldas, Bon, Diane. Because if this is what King can do, only imagine what those guys can do. That was just like, I was like, and that's one of the reasons I'm giving this a 5 out of 5 is because Meldas and Bond couldn't beat Geera and Jericho, and because King was able to beat them this much. Just shit stopped them. I was so, and he's like yawning. And we've warmed up. Why don't we? Oh, done already. And that was the end of the chapter. Fairy King is unstoppable, says the 7 deadly sins have no answer to the evolved Geera, and Jericho, the last ray of hope, is the wielder of Chastoville King. And then it says, next chapter, 43, Dangerous Gamble. Now, this gets a 5 out of 5. King was unbelievable. He just, done already? It's good to be king. That's all I have to say. But yeah, pretty much happens in this chapter. 5 out of 5, no questions asked. However, chapter 43 I do not like on several reasons. But I will get into that in the next video. Right now this is just 41.5 and 42. 42 was awesome. This gets a 5 out of 5. Just because of King alone. And because of the fact that King defeated two enemies, by himself, or bitch slapped the hell out of by himself, without the help, enemies that Meldas and Bond couldn't beat. See? But at the same time, it worries you. So basically, this goes back to what King had said before. Without your weapons, you are limiting yourself. And there you go. Here's the logistic thing. He was able to attack out both of them. And why? Because he had the weapon. And this is why. This is what's going to happen now for the 7 deadly sins, I think. They need these weapons. Diane needs to go needs the weapon. Get the weapon, you'll be crazily overpowering. And you'll be able to fight these Holy Knights. But, like the chapter, 5 out of 5, King is king, and the story, no debate. He took out 2 bitches with a spear. That actually was so fast, I had no idea what was going on. He's just like, stop, bitches, boom! And then he just slammed freaking Jericho down. I was like, where the hell did that come from? I was like, huh? Well, what happened? It's like one of those. It's like in Dragon Ball Z, like you can't keep up with a person as they're going really fast. That's what I felt like. I was like, what just happened? I was so befuddled. But yeah. As pretty much what happened in this chapter, I'm probably going to do is not going to do the 43 yet. Do this. Just did it right now. And I guess I'll try to upload it. And 43 I will do after my live stream. 43 though, it was, to say the least, I was a little disappointed. I'm disappointed in that chapter for several reasons. And I'm going to go full in on that chapter. Very, very, very upset about that chapter. And already getting messages. People wondering, you're not having a live stream tonight? Yes, there will be a live stream. I'll give my reasons. But you should remember this name for the next chapter review, 43. Veronica. Veronica. And that's all I have to say. So yeah, that's the story. Bankai Naito 2. King is king, mother. King! Yo, don't mess with the Fairy King. Hey, wait. Fairy Tail needs someone like this. Yeah, that's what that means. They need King to go to Fairy Tail. Because he just would rock shot everything. The way I look at it. But hey, that's just me. I'm Bankai Naito 2. I'll see you guys later. Yo, King. Yo, shit. He's the shit. Checking out those bitches. Done deal.